For people who don't know me, I am Noel Lamps. I'm a published author of 2 books, and this year my New Year resolution is to read more books. And so here I am today discussing about 7 ways to improve your reading habit this year in 2021 and maybe just develop it as a culture. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel in this new year 2021. I hope you've had a fantastic New Year's Eve and have been enjoying your days since the beginning of this new year, planning on your new habits, working on those resolutions that you would have taken for this new year. For me, one of my resolutions this year is to get back to reading. I used to love reading a lot. As a child, I've read so much more, but somewhere other priorities took over and I started reading a little less. So this new year, or in this year, I have planned to improve my reading habit and get back on track on reading quite a lot more than I usually do. To achieve the same goal, I have been working around, planning a little bit and strategizing on what do I want to do and what not. And so here I am presenting in this video 7 effective ways to improve your reading habit as well. These are some of the tips and tricks that I have found working for me up until now, and I hope you guys benefit from this. So let's get started, deep dive into it and see what are these 7 effective ways to help you improve this year your reading habit. Along with me, join me in this journey this year. On number 1, we have quit reading. Yes, you heard it right. This one was the most important for me as well. We tend to hold on to books that we don't like as much and we don't enjoy reading as much because these are the books that don't suit maybe the genres that we enjoy reading a lot. So this is the number 1 tip, to quit reading those books that you are not interested in anymore. And I found this quote on internet which said, you only have limited time and you don't want to be wasting it in reading those books that you don't love reading. So use your time wisely this year, and if you don't enjoy reading a book, quit reading it. Pick up another book, read something else, read something that you enjoy reading, because there are so many books out there and we want to be reading more this year. Tip number 2 is identifying some reading techniques that may work for you. Something like skimming through pages, focusing on keywords so that you just understand what this passage is talking about, or whatever you're reading in long form, especially in cases of novels or fiction or non-fiction. Whatever you're reading currently, try to identify some ways or techniques, reading techniques that can help you reduce that time of going word by word, line by line in every single book. Tip number 3, reading time. Have a specific time in the entire day to read. I saw this working very well for me in our school. Yes, we used to have a reading time of 15 minutes where all of us had to sit and read for those 15 minutes, nothing else, not a single distraction in those 15 minutes. And I thought this to be a very effective way to get back to reading constantly, every single day if you want to, because we go small, but in the longer run, when we look back, we spend those 15 minutes reading a few pages every single day of the book that we love reading, right? Number 4 is a reading schedule. Having a reading schedule, which is again so important. I think you can link both of these together, a reading time and schedule. A schedule is one where you fix that you want to read 1 chapter every day, or 20 pages of a book every day, or maybe 40 pages of a book every day. Depends on how much time do you have or how little time do you have. I love to mix up these 2 together, sometimes maybe 3rd and 4th, depending on which day I am in and what is working out for me that day. Some days it's like I go on for reading 50 pages a day, but on some days I make sure, which is also like my backup plan for reading regularly every single day this year, that I at least spend 15 minutes in my day to read a book that I love and that I want to read this year. Number 5, we have joining a book club. It is so important to find a community which can keep you motivated, which can keep you inspired to get back on your goals, to get back on the track of doing something, of achieving something that you want to be doing, which has proven true in so many cases, right? So even for reading, if you can find a book club which suits your needs, which reads the kind of books that you love reading as well, feel free to join it, so that when you see others reading and talking about it, it's infectious. It grows on you and you want to be the one to grow with it as well. Find some company. If not a book club, maybe, just find a friend or a partner that you can hold on to, talk to about reading every single day, and keep each other motivated and inspired. In my case, again, when I started reading recently and I started reading back consistently every single day, I found somebody to help me, and on my days when I was feeling very demotivated and I didn't find enough time to read, I would make sure to reach out to that person and just initiate a conversation around books, because then I would feel guilty that I'm not reading and this person is truly inspiring me and motivating me to go further, to read more, and that's when I would get back to my books so much more. So again, join a book club or find a partner that can keep you motivated. On number 6, we have always carry a book with you. How fruitful it has been in my life. I used to do that long back when I look back at myself in college, or when I started off in my job or in my career. I used to carry a book always in my bag, and in those times when you're waiting for somebody, or when you're waiting at a bus stop, or when you're commuting maybe, in those times I used to find that space of 10, 15, 20 minutes every single day when I could be reading. And you would be amazed to see how many such pockets do you get in every single day that you live. Trust me, this was one thing that has always been around. This is always around all of us, but we just tend to get distracted in our phones and messages and notifications, or calling somebody up, or thinking about things that don't need as much attention. Use that time wisely, I would say, and carry a book with you in your hand always, in your bag always, so you can always reach out to a book, maybe physical book, or these days you can also have an ebook in your mobile phone itself. Just open it up, start reading where you left. There are so many great ways to get back to reading more, and this was one of those which I really love a lot. From all these tips to be able to carry a book with me every single time. On number 7, we have reading before bedtime, or reading during your bedtime, before you sleep mostly. This is something that will help me. I mean, I have tried it for sure, and it works wonders for an anxiety-free sleep. How important is it these days to get away from our digital devices and to get ourselves in that mode of sleeping peacefully, maybe reading some beautiful thoughts before sleeping, reading a story that we enjoy a lot. And I cannot say enough about the benefit of reading before sleeping. This is something that we grew up as children when parents or grandparents used to read us our favorite stories, right? And that used to be the most favorite time of my day. I have enjoyed it a lot growing up. Tell me in the comments below that one habit that you loved finding out today through this video, because if you have enjoyed it, then definitely you are going to try it. And I cannot wait to see you reading more books with me in this year. For the same, I have prepared a list of books that I want to be reading this year, and I'm targeting a couple of months in my plan to read some of the books and be on my own schedule for reading these books. Maybe this is something that you may want to work on as well, so that you can get more reading done this year. I hope one of these tips helps you to get back to reading more in this year, and I cannot wait to see what all are you reading. So in the comments below, let me know what is that one book that you're reading right now that you're planning to finish in this month? For me, there are two books that I'm reading. The one is Outliers, the other one is The Shining. And yes, I'm looking forward to finish these books at least in January itself and see how it goes from there. I've also posted about all these 7 tips on my blog, the link for which is in the description below. You can check it out, go and read it, take printouts if you want, and if you want to put it up on your desks maybe as a self-reminder, please do that, please do that. I would love to see you all working more on your goals this year, and nothing else makes me much more happier. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to share it with your friends and your colleagues so that you all can get together and do more this year. I cannot wait to see how this year turns out for all of us, of course. Do not forget to mention in the comments below which is that one book that you're reading in January for sure, and number 2, which is that one tip that you enjoyed a lot through this video, learning something new through this video. Do let me know. I'll be more than happy to read what all is going on at your end as well. See you all soon. Until then, wish you all a very happy and blessed rest of your week. Bye-bye.